Hello everyone. Now I am presenting you my capstone project, which is Micro-Loan DeFi Protocol, which is presented by me, T. Kaushik, and by my teammates S. Satvik, G. Ashish Reddy, and G. Srija, under the guidance of Dr. B. Girirajan sir. Coming to the introduction and motivation of our project, microfinance was created to help the underbanked, but traditional systems are failing due to centralization delays and high operational costs. Millions remain excluded due to lack of credit history. Our motivation is to uh, financial inclusion, which empowering small business owners and daily wage earners who lack formal documentation. Urgency, providing emergency liquidity without the 5 to 7 day waiting period of banks. Cost efficiency, removing the middleman tax to make small loans viable. Coming to our problem statement, there are 6 main reasons: processing delays, accessibility barriers, high intermediary fees, lack of transparency, DeFi complexity, violate costs. Processing delays, like traditional verification involves field of officers and manual paperwork, leading to approval times of weeks, which defeats the process of emergency microloans. Coming to the accessibility barriers, strict requirements of collateral, credit scores, and physical branch visits exclude rural and low income populations entirely. High intermediate fees. In this, administrative overheads and third party operational costs result in high interest rates, trapping borrowers in debit cycles. In lack of transparency, centralized ledger systems are occupy borrowers often face charges and unclear decision making process regarding their eligibility. And coming to the DeFi complexity, existing DeFi platforms are too complex for non-tech users and require massive over collateralization. Example, deposit $150 to borrow $100. And finally, violate costs. High gas fees on mainnet blockchains can sometimes exceed to the value of the microloan itself, making small borrowing impractical. And this is our literature survey, which was the references where we have taken. And coming to our objectives, these are our core objectives: to design and implement a decentralized protocol that enables instant peer-to-peer protocol microlending without traditional banking intermediaries. Functional objectives. Coming to the functional objectives, there are three types: loan automation, low value support, direct treasury. In low automation, smart controls handling disburse and repayment logic autonomously. Low value support, optimization for small ticket size loans for often ignored by big banks. Direct treasury interaction, removing the complexity of matching specific lenders to borrowers. And in this social and long term objectives, these are also three types: financial inclusion, trust minimization, cost reduction. In financial inclusion, providing a crypto native credit line to unbanked regions. In trust minimization, user trust the code, not an institution. And finally, coming to the cost reduction, leveraging blockchain to lower the cost of borrowing by removing administrative bloat. And coming to the proposed methodology, we have 5 proposed methodologies, which are requirement gathering, architecture design development, integration and testing, deployment. In requirement gathering, identified microloan needs, collateral types and user friction points. In architecture design, design the smart contrast and interactions and user interface flow. In development, coded solidity contracts and React for front end. Integration and testing, connected UI via Web3.js, unit testing contracts for security, and finally the deployment deployed to testnet for live simulation and performance monitoring. And this is our system architecture. In our system architecture there are 4 layers, which one is the user layer, interface layer or the app, connector layer, logic layer or in blockchain. And coming to the data flow and backend, while the core financial logic is on chain, a hybrid backend ensures performance and user experience. In this, we have used Node.js and Express. In this, hands-off chain logic like user profile management, email notifications for repayment, and serving for the API. And in MongoDB, to store non-critical data, user logs, KYC status, and transaction history cache for fast loading. In IPFS, decentralized storage for loan documents and collateral images, ensuring no signal point of failure for files. And coming to the technology stack, we use it in frontend React.js, React.js, White, Ethers.js, MetaMasks, which we are used for frontend and integration. And for the backend and blockchain, we have used Solidity, Hard Node.js, and MongoDB. And coming to the core modules and smart controls, lending pool acts as the central treasury, accepts liquidity from providers, maintains the pool balance, disperse fund upon approval. Loan logic governs individual loan terms like set principal and interest rate, which defines the repayment deadline and locks collateral until repayments. And finally, repayment and default like enforce the rules, which accepts repayments and updates status, calculates penalties for late fees, liquidates collateral if default occurs. And finally, the implementation, administration, authentication, secure access control. We implemented a role-based authentication system to ensure only authorized administrators can approve special loan request or view system analytics. And in real-time finance tracking, we use the dashboard provides users with an instant view of financial health, which are consisting of 3 like dynamic filtering, visual feedback, and integration. And coming to the result-time analysis, key performance indicators, we compared our prototype against traditional microfinance benchmarks, which was processing time 2 minutes and cost efficiency. Conclusions drawn are automation works, which are smart contracts, successfully removed the need for manual approval in our tests. Transparency achieved in that all test transactions were verifiable on the testnet explorer. And finally, scalability, the system architecture supports adding more users with significant backend and changes. And social impact, democratization of finance. There are 3 like borderless, permissionless, and trustless. In borderless, usable anywhere is the world. A farmer in a remote village has the same access as a city dweller. In permissions, no discrimination based on gender, race, or social status. The code only cares about the rules. And coming to the trustless, users don't need to trust a bank manager, they trust the immutable logic of the blockchain. And limitations, current constraints, there are network independence and gas fees and tech latency. In network dependence, transaction depend on blockchain speed, congestion can cause delays, Gas fees can Ethereum mainnet gas fees and be high potential eating into micro loans. Tech literacy newcomers face a learning curve while wallets and key management. And our future scope, the completion of this project is just the beginning. We have to On the future scope we suggest four more: on-chain credit scoring, multi-chain support, mobile application, DAO governance. On-chain credit scoring analyze repayment history to offer low collateral requirements for good actors. Multi-chain support to deploy on layer 2 solution to reduce fees to near zero. And mobile application to develop a React native app for better accessibility in mobile first regions. And finally, DAO governance to allow token holders to vote on interest rates and protocol upgrades. And conclusion, the microloan protocol successfully demonstrates the blockchain technology can create a transparent, automated, and inclusive financial system serving as a viable alternative to traditional microlending. Thank you for all your attention.
Hello guys, so my name is Satvik, and after the previous slides part, now we are going to show the coding part of the project Micro-Loan DeFi system. So this is the coding part. Everything is structured in the microloan, and backend is structured in the backend, and the front end is structured in the front end. So this is a terminal command prompt. Now the backend is running successfully. The server is connected to the MongoDB, and the front end is also connected. So if we open this localhost 5173, site is going to open. So this is the interface and the starting welcome page of our project. Welcome to the microloan, and it has two login buttons which says as login as user and login as admin, which is used for the admins and which is used for the users. So if we don't have an account, we are going to create an account. So this is a create account page where we have to give the full name, email address, phone number, and we should create a password and then sign up. So login as user. There is we are going to log in as a user. And now we are going to type a password. This is a user friendly project. Now this is a home page of our project, which has a logout button, which has a user profile button, microloan. This is a menu. This is a dashboard. This is totally the dashboard. Here is outstanding balance, which where it shows the borrowed money and the repaid money. If there is a borrowed money, it will show in the current balance which we have. If it is repaid, then the balance will show as 0. Now this is my account, which shows a welcome back as my name, and then it shows the total loans which I have borrowed. I have borrowed total 6 loans. Active loans are 0, pending approvals are 0, total borrowed 3,600. These are the recent loans which are showing here. And as we go to the loans, this is your loans page, which shows the total number of loans, the tenure, the status, what is the status of the loan, and when it is requested and when it should be repaid by. And if you want to request a loan, this is a request loan button. Here we can enter the amount 1000, and tenure, like how many days you want the tenure. If I press a 10 or 15, submit request, you can see amount is 1000, tenure is 15 days, status is showing as a pending because the admin should approve our loan requested amount and repay by 13/12 to 2025. The KYC should be added. It has 4 sections: personal detail, identification, address, and review and submit. And this is a wallet account where it shows the current balance of the user and recent activities. These are some settings where it shows the profile and security logged from all devices. So now we'll go to the admin section. Now we are going to continue with the login as admin. So here I am going to use the credentials. As we can see, the login dashboard has loaded, and this is a login account which says it's an admin account. So if you look at the dashboard, total users are 6 and the loans pending are 4. These are the users and their emails and when they have joined. So when we go to the loan request page, here are all loans. Here are 2 loans which should be action taken, and this is a loan which we have created just now. You can see the requested date 12/11/28/2025. If you want to approve, we can approve the loan. If we want to decline, we can declare the loan. So I'm going to approve the loan. Here it shows a confirm page, so okay. As you can see, the status is changed to approved, and this is still a pending. If you want to decline this, yeah, decline. See, the status has changed again. Same user management. This page is used to manage the users. These are total users. So if you want to make an admin, we can make admin. If you want to freeze the account which they are using some illegal things, we can freeze them, we can block them. And portfolio analysis. So total users, pending loans, approved loans, and rejected loans. It shows a distribution, how much percentage it is we are rejecting and approving, how much it is pending. Monthly loan requested are in the chart form, and active versus pending trends. So this page also has a KYC pending. So it has no pending. It is the KYC has already been submitted in the admin page. So if you log out and log in as a user again, yeah. See, the total loans have changed from 6 to the 7, and the active loan is 1 because just now I have borrowed a loan, and you can see the outstanding balance has changed to 1000 rupees, which I have taken the loan just now. Total borrowed and total repaid. If I pay this 1000 rupees and it becomes 0, and total repaid will become 4600 again. As you can see my loan, there is a button called as repay to repay the loan, and the status is approved right now. So if you press a repay, after repaying, this is just a demo, so it's just repaid right now. So as you can see, this is repaid. Thank you. And so that's our project, Micro-Loan DeFi Protocol, a fast, transparent borrower solution for accessing micro crypto loans on blockchain. And we are shown in the project only in the rupees format. Actually, this project is based on like crypto. Right now, we don't have access to the crypto wallets like MetaMask. We are getting a trouble in that, so we have just shown it in the INR format. If we have a chance to improve, we are going to make it into a crypto wallet and a crypto project. Thank you.